Hello, this is Gregory. Uh, this is going to be my first video documentary of my journey through the music career. I'm not going to make too many projections, but I'm doing this to document a certain event that's coming up. I can't share this until probably a year after the event. And I can't release this early by contract because basically there's no spoilers or anything like that that's possible, which is good. It's just a little hard to not try to tell anybody, especially on social media, because I'm kind of a person that's always been in the spotlight. I've always been in the limelight. I'm not a private person by no means with that. I am a private person as far as personal reasons, but I have another side to me that is very, what do I want to say, performing. I perform. I'm an entertainer. I used to be an entertainer. Um, and so I've got two different social areas that I deal with, and I think a lot of people do. But this is my um, social media profile, and it also is my private, because what I want to do is I want to document this as I go through it. And this is important here because this is before these guys get involved. And I'll get a little bit more specific of what's going on here. But I'm just saying this is before um, before actually getting heavily involved into it. And I'm going to set it up to where we're going to announce that we're having a virtual audition January 11th of 2023. Now, what is the audition for? It's for Americans Got Talent. America's Got Talent. Okay, now this is the area. This is season 18, and they're doing virtual auditions this year. I don't know if that's going to work out too well because when you do this, it's kind of hard to have your first impressions live because the way they had it before, you go up and you do your thing. You either get buzzed or you don't get buzzed, or yeah, you do so good they decided to hit the, hey, you're going to the live shows and all that stuff. With the virtual audition, um, it kind of took some of that out. So, but what we got to do, and this is the way show business works, is that before I can get to the judges, I have to get to the producers or the executive producers and whatever, and appeal to them that I'm worthy to be judged. Okay, so this is what the virtual audition is that I'm making an audition. We're doing this on the platform. I won't say the name to keep that private, but we get onto a platform to have a virtual meeting and do the audition that way. Okay. So I will receive a email on the 10th giving me all the details of what's going on, what I got to do, what I can do, what I can't do. And basically, it's just simply routine. Okay. So I'm going to get to that point. But this is before I even get there, because it would be interesting to see the journey of how I got here and why I set up this audition. What was I thinking? And what do I expect? And what am I doing in the process? This will be a audition, and if it goes any further, okay, things in my life is going to change. That's the big key. It's a scary thing. It's like, oh my word. And I don't mind that because I'm ready for it. But if you think about it, once I do that audition, that virtual call audition, that's the hardest part, because you're no longer silent. You're no longer unknown. You're no longer, sitting on the couch and thinking, well, I wish I could just do that. I think I could do that. One day I'll do that. And that's what we do. We sit on the couch waiting for that opportunity to happen. And we're always told, when opportunity knocks on your door, you need to answer it, or it'll just go by. I'm here to tell you, don't be sitting on that couch. Because I have turned 60 last year at November. And I looked in my past and I said, well, there's no reason why I couldn't be on that show, just to audition. Except there was one reason. No one knocked on my door. And then I come to a realization that opportunities sometimes don't knock on your door. If you're waiting for an opportunity to happen and knocking on your door, you might be just waiting forever, because they could have just passed you by and you didn't even know it. So what do you got to do? I decided to get up my butt, get off that couch, get off that chair, get off that sitting and waiting, and decided to go to the door of opportunity and knock on it on myself and open it up. What's the worst could happen? I got off the couch. I did something. I said, I'm here. That's the key, is if you wanted something in life and it just doesn't seem to come and, offer it to you, don't wait. Don't say, oh, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. No. Get off that couch and jump. Jump into the opportunity so that you can say, you know what? I did that. So what I've done, I filled out that form. I knocked on that door. And I submitted it. I sent up a couple videos of me singing. So you had an option. You can submit a video. You can submit an application for a virtual audition. And now they even have a on-stage audition in California. They didn't have that before. They said they weren't going to do that, but now all of a sudden, hey, we got a place in LA that you can do that. So, now that I did that, I belong to the group that actually got off the couch and did something. Whether it goes beyond this is up to me. And no matter what happens, I can actually say, hey, I got off that couch. So now what am I going to do? Well, January 11th is coming, because right now it's January 3rd. That's 7 days before that email gets here, and 8 days till I got to show up and do something. Now, what kind of process do I need to do? Well, I need to get a song ready. I need to do my homework. And the homework is very important. I need to psych myself up in certain ways. Because this could happen to where I audition and they say, I'm sorry, we can't use you. Or they say, hey, thank you very much. We will let you know. Because at this point, the virtual audition, once you get that done, and they'll, acknowledge you, and then they will say, hey, we will let you know. That's not a negative, okay? That's not a negative. It's just what they got to do is they got to process that. They got to send that up to the producers and see what they think. And then once that goes, then they send it on up to the judges. Okay, so you don't see the judges firsthand. That won't work out. But you have to go up the ladder with that one song, an introductory song of who are you, because they don't know who you are. And so I'm going to be doing a song that I know that I can do very well. I got to do the homework because I'm looking at a lot of the rules and everything. Some say you can have to do it a cappella, which is fine. I can do a cappella. Any song that I have sung before, I can do a cappella. It's something that I can do. Or you can have a backing track. So I have to make sure of that. So I'm going to set it up to where I do have a backing track. Or I could just sing a cappella. Either way, it's going to be 90 seconds. That's what they say. It might be 3 minutes because they've been changing that on the show. It's like they've been saying, hey, you got 90 seconds. And now they used to say, okay, you got 2 minutes. Now they kind of go, you got 2 to 3 minutes to make it. So they're kind of expanding that a little bit because a lot of my songs are like 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. There's some 4 minutes. You don't want to do a 7-minute song. But so a lot of my songs are like between 3 minutes and 4 minutes. And if I do it a cappella, I can, kind of shorten it down and just do a chorus and verses and whatever, which is fine. You can't really pick out the songs you want in the contest. Now, this is a contest. I'm looking at it as just an open door. Because once I go through this process, they will know me. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, they definitely will know me. I always told a lot of people that you're always loved. You're either loved for coming or they will love you to go. And I definitely am one of the two. So I will be loved one way or the other. Now, you have to pick out a song, and I basically picked out a song that I can sing. It's a signature song. Uh, you have to create a backstory. There is a backstory. There's always a backstory, and generally, if you go forward in this, they're going to do an investigation of you, background checking. They're going to do some backstory creating so that when you get up to whatever you're going, if you're going forward anywhere, they got to have some information on you because they just don't want to do it dead. And they don't have no information. You're just going to go up there and they have no idea what you're going to be doing. That's not show business. They have to be prepared for what you're doing. So they will have to know you. And that means you're inviting them to say, hey, we need to get to know you. And you got to sign these forms. That's the lead. You get actually these confidentiality forms. The confidentiality forms, which means basically I can't tell you anything that's going to happen in the show. This is why I can't share this. No. During the show, this can't be shared. After a year, this probably could be shared. So that's why I'm doing this now, so we can see later on how this works. Because right now, I'm just facing the virtual audition, and I have no idea what's going to go on after that. But that's okay. I've learned to do my homework. I've learned that, okay, if there is a 50-50 chance, there's two different things that can happen. 1 and 2. I can plan for either one of them, both of them. Plan both of them, just in case of either one. One, they didn't like me. Fine. I'll just go home. I'm already up on virtual audition. I'm fine. But if they did like me, and I have to move on, now I have to locate myself somewhere that they want to meet. I gotta get some exposure. I gotta sign documents. I probably will have to sign the documents prior to do the virtual. I'm not too sure. But there's going to be a couple things that I have to sign. One is a talent hold contract, which means after I go through this for a whole year, I can't do anything with the consignments. I can't do any contracts other than with the NBC. I can't do anything that's not AGT related, So it protects it protects the show. I can't talk about the show as it goes on. I can't give you a spoiler. I wouldn't want to, because it's like, the show is what you need to watch. And people that are watching the show is paying for the show, and that's how they make the money. That's how the show works. So if I give you spoilers, why even watch the show? So yeah, I'm not going to do that. There's a couple of things that are going to be in the works. We're going to have to learn the mechanics of the show, because you have to learn what you can do, what you can't do. You don't pick out your own songs. You have to probably go off of a list, I'm thinking. I don't know too much of the details, but it's all show business, and basically they have to be able to do materials that's legal to do on air. It's like if everybody had to do their own songs, but they didn't have rights to that song, and they want AGT to go ahead and let them audition. Well, they just now produced it on air, okay, without the rights, and so now they're got a legal problem. Hi, Papa. I'm talking to the birds. They always come in and let me know. But yeah. So we're basically getting set up for the virtual. Right now, I got to do my homework, and what that means is anything can happen. What if I do the virtual audition and they ask me, hey, can you come in and do a live audition? Of course, I'm not going to say no. I would have to go to that place to do it. Okay, that's one option. Or they could say, hey, thank you for the audition. Can't use you this year. Appreciate it. That means next year I could try out again. Okay. No biggie. And the third one is they got you. Now you are owned and you're being controlled. So that is the dilemma, and I have to do my homework. So I have to figure out if I do move on, where am I going to go? If it's a place that they're going to send me, then I investigate that place that they would send me. I would look at the place. I would look at the eateries. I would look at the different places around there because I just don't take it face forward. In other words, even if they provided me transportation, meals, and whatever, I look at my options and say, you know what? What if they want to give me a bus ticket? I might take it, or I might drive myself over there. Just because I need to be in control of my transportation so I can probably work better. Because I'm not getting paid for this. And if you accept their provisions, they kind of take that as paying you for being there. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. But you have to look at your options and say, well, do I really want them to pay for my transportation? Or do I want to do my transportation, drive there, and have the freedom of doing what I need to do? They might provide you into a hotel. Maybe that hotel's nice. Maybe it's a piece of crap. Maybe everybody's there. Okay. One thing when you go with AGT is you have this backstory you're building. So there's a lot of stuff where you have to permit to be on live camera, being on recording all the time so they can record the reality of you. So it just depends on that. You have to really look through a fine-tooth comb and see what you can do and what you can't do. Whether I can have my own motel room or they're going to put you in. So I can't tell you right now because we haven't got there yet. So, but it's something to look at. If I'm going to the Las Vegas Luxury live show, I went and investigated and researched Las Vegas, the Luxury Hotel. I've checked out all the eateries and where's the good places, where's the bad places, where the cheap places. Because I'm not really into the casinos. I'm not a gambler or anything like that, so I'm really not really interested in being at a casino. But I'll do it for the show, and I'll do it for the entertainment. That's the only reason why I'm going. So I don't care about, slot machines or whatever, because that's not going to be a part of it. Maybe the food. I like food. So, I'm going to find something. But I'm going to do that type of investigation. I also do an investigation on, I'm going to say, the aesthetics, because watching previous performers, checking out their attire, what colors look good. I used to be on stage, so I do know a lot of things that's going to have to happen. Another one, see these glasses? If you really look at all the performers, you can see that they're not wearing the glasses. And you don't normally wear glasses on stage. If it's just something about a safety thing, and it's also about the glass itself is a refractive surface, and they really don't want it messing with the lights and everything. So, and plus, you can't really see good with glasses on stage. It's something that will kind of blind you, like a white snow would blind you. You can't see very clear. That type of stuff, you have to watch out. So there won't be any glasses wearing. That's fine with me. You have to wear no logos, no brands, nothing that can stand out. This coat would be fine because it doesn't have any type of logo. This here is fine, but I'm just saying you can't have like Wranglers or anything like that here. I have a black shirt, so the colors right now is not working, but it'll work for right now. But I do have an attire that I've gotten with say colors that works well on stage. And so far, I'm going to be wearing red and light blue. That seems to be a very good color to work with. And even with the virtual call, I'll have to do that attire. So it's kind of like a psychology of, you see the color and it stays with you. So it's good aesthetically, and they tend to remember you more. Okay. So how did we get from here to wanting to audition? Well, first we would have to talk about myself. And we'll be doing that on my next take. Because this was the introductory. Well, tomorrow we'll get to the point where, how do we get from the beginning to wanting to audition? And I think it's going to be really interesting. So this is take 1. This is section 1. And I'm looking forward to doing more of this. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.